The AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series is brought to you by AMSOIL and by the U.S. Air Force. As winter fades across the Wisconsin skies, the fans of Lake Geneva prepare themselves for a freestyle show like no other. As the AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series nears an end, the racers and teams look back at an exciting year of snowcross racing.
You know, I think everything's been exceptionally well done, well produced. The racing's been spectacular.
I have to have a discussion with him about that. When you go in that corner on the inside, you take the whole corner. You don't snug on the inside. When you do bad one day, you do really good the next day. That's the cool thing. It's been a great year. We've been in the top 3 or 4 every single weekend. We've had a couple tip overs from trying too hard maybe. You know, this season we switched manufacturers. We got back on board with Ski-Doo Snowmobiles. We were with them for 23 years up until a couple of years ago. We re-hooked up with them and partnered with them. Phenomenal season for us.
We had a great season. The team worked hard. We had a couple of bad lucks, but we're third in points, and we never know. Geneva is like always a surprise for us.
We have had to work harder this year. The competition has stepped it up, and it's keeping us on our toes and busy. We've had, you know, a lot of good races, a lot of tight races, and we've lost a few, you know, 2 or 3 races this year. Tucker had a spell there where he had a little trouble keeping his hands on the handlebars for a while, and so we kind of threw a couple away that way.
Pretty much second every race, and it gets frustrating, let me tell you. We qualified first and we won it. Oh, bud, this one feels good. Holy shit.
It has been a great year. I mean, the level of the sport has gone up at least 1, if not 2 or 3 notches. We're right down to the wire. We're running second in both classes. We probably are going to need a little bit help, but I mean, again, when it comes down to it, we've given Tucker a run for his money this year and let the chips fall where they may.
You started in Duluth with, you know, great crowds, great racing. You know, you went to some new venues. You went to Fargo this year. You went into the Silverdome. What an amazing facility that was. 20,000 people showed up to it. You know, just great racing. Bam, bam, bam. 3 weeks in a row here to finish out the season in beautiful, sunny Lake Geneva.
Beautiful weather, beautiful crowd. It's a fun atmosphere here. It's a party atmosphere, very fan-friendly. It's been a great season. I think we exceeded everybody's expectations where we were going to go. We were kind of written off for dead this year, but you know what? We got the hardest working team in snowcross.
You know, even though you don't ever like to get beat, the tight racing and having to work hard and ultimately is more enjoyable.
And no matter what happens today, it's been, I think, one of the funnest years and the best years of snowcross racing in the 14 years I've been around here.
I guess we're standing in 3rd place in both, and we did great. Actually, with what happened there with Tim, he wants to win, and Geneva could be the place for him.
You know, it would be nice. Like, I worked so hard the whole season and my team worked really hard. Last year I got 4 wins and this year 0, so I'd like to get at least 1 win.
Look at what's happened to him this year. Potentially he could have won a couple of events, maybe 3 events, if he wouldn't have had mechanical problems.
I'm always so close to win, but when it's not like a technical problem, it's me crashing or some stuff like that, so it's really frustrating.
The key is with Tim Tremblay, he has to stay focused. If you're a driver, think, I'm doing my job, I'm getting it done right. What's happening is my equipment is breaking, so what is happening to my equipment? It's like taking a tin can and crunching it in half, and then just gently flex it back and forth throughout the race. And as you go, you don't want to squeeze too hard and pull it, you'll crack it. Tim Tremblay is at the point where he knows he has to prove something here, he has to win. He has to be careful with that tin can, because if he crunches it back and forth enough and breaks it in half, so is his day.
I really want to do good, and I want to have good qualifier and hopefully win a final before the end of the season.
Tell you what, that wears on a guy. It's hard to keep your mental positive attitude up for this entire year. It takes a team behind you to keep you fired up.
I tried to keep everything inside and put it out every weekend, but sometimes it doesn't work, and hopefully it's going to work before the end. I want to win pretty bad.
When we return, Tim Tremblay readies himself for the Pro Stock Final. Will Lake Geneva bring him a victory or defeat? We'll find out. The AMSOIL Championship Snocross Series is brought to you by Polaris, by Skidoo, and by Arctic Cat.